Today you're going to learn how to create incredible looking AI images like these for content creation and your marketing campaigns. We'll be using Adobe Express, which in my view is the best AI image generator and which is kindly sponsoring this video. We'll start by mastering the art of generating an image from a text prompt. Then we'll look at how to refine AI images using graphic design styles and photo effects. And finally, I'm going to share the secret to generating a consistent brand style and layout across all your AI generated images in Adobe Express. It's jaw-droppingly simple but mind-boggling at the same time. So let's dive in. So make sure you start from the Adobe Express homepage. From here, you can quickly access all generative AI tools by clicking on this big thumbnail here that says Generate with AI. And for those of you who aren't aware, it's Adobe Firefly that powers all generative AI tools in Adobe Express. So from the Quick Actions tab, you're going to click on Generate Image. And here is where all the magic starts. In this column here on the left-hand side, you'll find all the tools you'll need to generate your beautiful images. And on the right-hand side of your screen is the Design Editor. So let's make a start by selecting the AI model you want to use. So of course I'm going to use Adobe Firefly because it's the best. It's worth mentioning that if you have a premium Adobe Express account, you can use any of the other non-Firefly AI models from the drop-down list below. But I'm going to stick with Firefly because, like I said, it's the best. Okay, so now we've arrived at the text prompt. You're going to describe to Adobe Firefly exactly what kind of image you want it to generate. And so if you've ever wondered how detailed your prompt needs to be or what information you should include, hopefully this will help. Think of the end goal or purpose of the image you want to generate. Do you want to include certain objects or a particular background? Be clear and precise. Be creative and imaginative. Think about the colour and tone of the image. What sort of camera angle do you want to use? Think about the sort of lighting that you want to incorporate within the image. The more vague your text prompt is, the more random the results you'll likely get. And don't forget, you can always experiment and edit the text prompt if you don't get the image right first go. Which is why, if you're going to be generating AI images for business, you might want to consider subscribing to an Adobe Express Premium account if you've not already done so. A free account gives you 10 free generative AI credits per month, but with a Pro account you get 250 credits per month, as well as access to higher quality on-brand options. You don't have to commit to a paid subscription immediately. Take all the premium assets for a free test ride for 30 days by clicking the link underneath this video to get instant access. So back to the prompt, you want to type something like this. A wide screenshot of a cute fluffy family dog with a stick in its mouth on a beach with children splashing through the edge of the sea in the morning sunshine. Next, you want to scroll down and select your content type. So you can leave it on auto, but if you specifically want a photo, graphic or artwork, select the right choice. Adobe Express will now helpfully suggest some design styles underneath. You have popular design styles, movements, themes, techniques, effects, materials. So you can add some beautiful texture to photographs or graphics. And finally, concepts. Let's try out nostalgic. Once you've made all your choices, the next step to take is to click on the big Generate button and let Adobe Firefly come up with some magic. And that took Adobe Firefly just a few seconds to generate 4 separate images based on my prompt and design selections. Select whichever one you prefer to add it to your template. And if you don't like the 4 images initially generated, just click on the Generate More button, which is exactly what I've done. But there's an even better way to generate AI images in Adobe Express. And the first time I tried it, my jaw nearly hit the ground because it was just so incredible. So how many of you have gone to the hair salon and asked for a particular style? Instead of trying to describe to your stylist exactly what you wanted, Did you download a photograph and show it to the stylist? This removes all the guesswork and interpretation and gives the stylist something concrete to work on. So what on earth has going to the hair salon got to do with creating AI images in Adobe Express? Well, just hear me out for a second. Let's just say I've got a brief from a client who makes perfumes and they want me to generate some ideas for a new perfume bottle to celebrate the launch of a new perfume. So here's what I would do. Just as we did before, I'm going to start by typing out a text prompt based on the design concept I've been given. So a single luxurious glass bottle of perfume with a silver stopper against a dark background with shallow depth of field and studio lighting. But this time I'm going to help AI get as close as possible to the image I have in mind, or my client has in mind, by showing it a couple of reference images that my client has sent me. The first reference image is the style reference image, and this affects the colours, textures, mood, and artistic feel. So use this when you want all your graphics to have the same brand style or aesthetic. And this is the photograph my client has given me, and I'm going to upload it into the space provided by clicking on the plus button. And that's now uploaded. And the second reference image is the composition image, and that affects the layout or the structure of the image. So it affects where things go in the picture, so the background, the subject, or the empty space. This is my client's composition image that they've given me, and I'm going to upload it in exactly the same way as I did the style image. Okay, I've got photograph selected. I'm going to select one of the styles underneath, but just one perhaps. Let's have a look at effects. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I've selected iridescent. And then the last thing to do is click on generate and see what Firefly comes up with. And that is amazing. It's generated 4 beautiful images which are fairly similar. The background is perhaps a little different in each one. I think I'm going to select this particular one. Actually, no, I like that one best. So the benefits of using a reference image to generate images with AI is that you don't need any design expertise. It's hugely time-saving, and it also ensures you maintain a cohesive style across all your designs. And just one very important word of caution, always make sure you own the rights to any reference images you upload into Adobe Express. Don't just grab random pictures from Google or use logos or characters you don't own, even if it's just a reference, because uploading an image you don't own the rights to could still count as a copyright infringement, and it could get you or your clients into big trouble. And finally, of course, to add the finishing touches, your client will probably want you to add some text overlay. So, of course, go to the left-hand side column, click brands, and if you've taken the time to set up a client's brand in Adobe Express, click on the brand thumbnail to get instant access to their logos, colours, fonts, and many other things. And here's the completed graphic that I sent my client. Pretty good, isn't it? Of course, there is so much more you can do to add to these kind of images with Adobe Express's generative AI tools, and maybe that's something for the next video. But in the meantime, do check out this video, which is coming up next, which shows you how to create images in bulk in Adobe Express in just a few minutes. I'll see you next time.